Most of my classes, I'm the only one or two of us who are African Americans or people of color. But the ASU brings me the sense of family and belonging and support that I need outside class.
I had no idea we had more than 5 black people on campus by then. So I'm like, okay, man, this is really nice. A sense of community and a sense of belonging.
Together we can not only better ourselves, but like better the community. We do that through community service, through scholarships.
Last year, I got contacted by Anthony Gregory and Rochelle, and they were like, hey, we really want to start a club.
I like the idea of it because I transferred here and I thought it would be cool to start something new, being that it wasn't already on campus.
One of the reasons why we created the club, Anthony Gregory, John Emu, and myself, with the guidance of Anthony Keller, we created the club because we needed more African Americans to have our own connection, like our own support group.
I grew up here in the Northwest, and there weren't a whole lot of opportunities to be around other African American students.
Like on the historically white institutions, we don't have as much access to our own culture.
You see that you're not really visible on campus.
I saw it as a good opportunity for me to start connecting more with my own roots.
You know, I'm real proud of who I am, and like for me to like embrace my history and my past.
I can use AASU as more of a support group because we are on UW is basically a predominantly white campus.
So why not make a community of people with these similar experiences and help each other along?
If I can give back to the people who are like, you know what I'm saying, like who are underprivileged, who are low income or black, you know what I'm saying, like that's the environment that I came from too. So giving back, doing whatever I can, like that really like makes me happy and makes all of us happy.
And not just for the African American students, but for all students then who've grown up in this environment and they don't have a lot of exposure to African American culture and they don't know what it's like, and maybe they only see it on TV.
You can watch TV and believe and already have a perspective of what that person is, even though you've never even met.
I mean, when you bring different cultures into a campus, it's actually better for the education for everyone because they can learn from you and you can learn from them, as well as any other organization that's here on campus.
In a different setting and time, being black meant something totally different in the 60s than it does now. And like being black here in the Northwest means something different than it does in like the South or something like that. And so it's just a really hard question to answer because there's no one answer to what it's like to be black, you know.
I mean, being black, you gotta sacrifice, you gotta hold your head up, you gotta be a hard worker. I feel like I have to work like 3 times harder than the next person.
It's even more important for African Americans to kind of find that bonding point in the Northwest.
Coming from Oakland, California, that's a predominantly black city. That's where the Black Panthers came from. I mean, so coming to the Northwest it's like a whole different world because it's predominantly Caucasian white.
They don't tell you directly that they hate you or they don't like you or something. But it's underneath. It's like implied or something. And
you don't see racism, whatever, but it's so hidden that you still notice it.
Man, it's like I'm not even wanted here at all, and stuff like that. So it's really different, and it's a big change,
It's challenging because sometimes, like on Friday, I was at work. I took people to Stevens Pass. I drive buses, so most of the kids were white, and everybody who was skiing there, mostly it's white. So I wasn't skiing because I was a bus driver. I just brought the kids there. So I do my homework when I'm up there. So when I was doing my homework, I was just sitting in the corner, and there's some lady who was drying her son's sweater on the heater, someone there on the corner. There was a lot of people, white people, so everybody on the table just doing their work because they're waiting for their kids skiing. And the white woman just came and looked at me and said, "Hey, don't touch my sweater." I'm like, I was just going home. I felt bad. I'm like, I just looked at her like, why do you think I'm gonna go touch your sweater? Why do I need to touch your sweater? So those kind of implied racism which are there, but I just ignored her because she was ignorant.
Being a black person, I would just say I would like to be treated equally as everyone, but at the same time, I like to stand out as a person. I like to be recognized for making my accomplishments as a black person because a lot of African Americans aren't doing things in college. They're not being successful in the ways they should be. I'm trying to set the bar for getting people to do more positive things. So I try to set myself as a role model.